What is good, JayMike Tech Talk? And before you do anything, make sure to give that subscribe button a click to make sure you don't miss a thing of the Unisport Live epicness. Have you done it? Good, because I've brought you a little something that made me go, what the? When I first saw it. And you probably already guessed it also because it says so in the title. It is the Superfly 4 What? The Mercurial, which to be fair has quite a lot going on. Well, on it, and it is one of the most diverse football boots I have ever seen in my life. So today, you and I are gonna take a closer look at this boot that pretty much has 16 boots in one. First of all, this is pretty much the entire history of the Nike Mercurial all wrapped into one boot. But the What the Mercurial is actually a tribute to 18 years of speed from Nike. What the boot does is that it gathers designs from some of the most iconic Mercurials ever made and Frankensteins them into this really spectacular looking boot. And I'm pretty sure that one or two of you out there have recognized at least a few of these designs on the What the Mercurial. I'll take you through the full list at the end because, well, 16 designs, there are a lot. But stay tuned if you want to hear it. But nonetheless, I want to highlight a few notable boots. The first one is obviously the OG Mercurial R9 that we can see on the toe box here. The other one is the Match Mercurial, actually the second Mercurial ever made, with the Alpha Project dots on the heel. Looks really solid. Very nice details for the nerds out there. Also, third boot is the Vapor 1 Chrome Lime, the one that Ronaldo wore when he scored against Germany in the 2002 World Cup final. But the thing is that the design on the What the Mercurial is actually not from the Vapor 1. No, it's from the Vapor 9, the O2M, which is a tribute boot to the Vapor 1 Chrome Lime. That's a funny little story. Nike have also brought the first signature boot for Cristiano Ronaldo, the CR7 Safari Superfly 2. We can see on the outside of the boot, and also they have a reference on the heel, the Mango Vapor 8. One of my favorite Mercurials ever. Looks really good. But also, guys, it doesn't end here, just on the outside of the boot, because the insole even has tons of Mercurial on that as well. And if you love your Mercurial, it's okay if it brings a small nostalgic tear to your eye. It might not have happened to me. Okay, so this is actually a tech talk. But to be honest, I'm not gonna go much into the tech on the What the Mercurial because it is just your standard Superfly 4 with a Flyknit upper, Nike skin coating, dynamic fit color, and the last carbon fiber sole plate to feature on a Nike Mercurial and a Nike football boot for that matter for quite some time. Think about that. Also, think about this. With the What the Mercurial, you actually have the chance to wear 16 Mercurials all in the same match without having to change your boots. Sadly, I don't think that many people are gonna wear this in a match, although it would look ridiculously good because they're only released in 3,000 pairs in the world. So they're probably gonna be more for the collectors and the nerds. And speaking of nerds, we actually had a little bit of a live performance of the concept behind the What the Mercurial because we had a Mercurial history event in our flagship store where we gathered together some Mercurial nerds, and I was also joined by fellow nerd Joel Masibo, where we walked through the very history and every generation of the Mercurial. It was great fun, good stuff, and good to see that so many people still love the Nike Mercurial. But back to the boots. Because when I saw the What the Mercurial for the first time, I absolutely flipped out. My colleagues were having a bit of a laugh about it, but it's not necessarily because it is very pretty. I don't necessarily think it is. But the attention to detail is just up there, and for nerds and collectors and people who know their Mercurial, it is a very nice tribute to some of the biggest moments in football boot history, because the Mercurial is something special. I would have liked the inclusion of one boot where Nike is the pink Mercurial Vapor SL Berry that Lord Bendtner wore. I mean, dynamic fit color in pink? Who wouldn't like that? No? I guess not. But what about you guys? What do you think about the What the Mercurial? You should let me know either in the comment section below or in the poll to your right. And with those words, I think it's time for the list. Signing off, cheerio. Okay guys, so the list. On the toe box we have two boots, the OG Mercurial R9 and the Vapor 9 15th anniversary boot. Then we have the Superfly 4 BHM, we have the Superfly 2 CR7 Safari boot, the first signature boot for Cristiano Ronaldo. We have the Mercurial SL in full carbon. We have the Superfly 4 launch colorway. Then we have the Blue Volt Superfly 3. We have the Mango Vapor 8 on the heel. There's the Alpha Dots from the Match Mercurial. Then there's the Vapor 3, one of my favorite boots ever in the World Cup 2006 colorway, yellow and green, Brazil colorways. Then we have the Clash Vapor 8 from 2012, Euros. We have, again, two boots, the Vapor 1 Chrome Limes from 2002 and the Tribute Vapor 9 called O2M. There's also here two boots, the Superfly 2 Elite Pack, the gray and the orange from the World Cup 2010, and then again, a Tribute Vapor 9 called 10M. We also have the launch colorway of the Vapor 9, the Fireberry Purple, and there's a Superfly 2 in Wind Chill. And then, on the sole plate, we have the sole plate from the Superfly 4 Gala Night, also for CR7. So now you know.